Hello my dear students, today we are going to start our next topic, that is geometric progression. So already we studied about AP. What is AP? When we are saying a sequence of number forms an AP? Yes, when their difference is same, correct? Now in the same way, now we are going to study about what is geometric progression or GP there. Okay, so you can write down there a geometric progression. We'll say a sequence of number forms a GP. A sequence of number forms a GP where the successive term or the next term, successive term is obtained by multiplying the previous term, multiplying the previous term by a constant number, multiplying the previous term by a constant number. And just write down here only that constant number is called the common ratio. The constant number is called the common ratio and is denoted by the letter R. The constant number by which we are multiplying to get the next terms, that is called the common ratio and it is denoted by the letter R. Now to calculate, if a GP is given, how to calculate the value of R? So for that in AP what we are doing? Second term minus first term. So now in GP what will come? In GP it will be equal to second term divided by the first term. So as in GP also the first term is denoted by A. Now as I said already in the definition, the successive term is obtained by multiplying the previous term by a constant number, and that constant number we are denoting by R there. So if the first term is A, can you tell me what will be the second term? To get the second term, what we have to do? We have to multiply A by R. So second term will be equal to AR. Now to get the third term, what we will do? Again, this expression will be multiplied by R. So that will be equal to AR square. Similarly, the fourth term will be equal to AR cube. In this way, we can generate the terms of GP there. Now, we can from this formula, we can check what will be the formula for the general term or nth term of a GP. You just check. This is the first term. Okay. This is the second term of the GP, third term, fourth term. Now we are going to find out the relation there. Now just to check in all the terms, whether it is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, A is there. Correct? So in nth term also A will be there in 2. Now we have to check R to the power what will come there. In first term we don't have any R there. In second term, what is the power of R? 1. In third term, what is the power of R? 2. In fourth term, what is the power of R? 3. Means 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. So here also in nth term, what will be the power of R? 1 less than n. So it will be equal to A into R raised to n minus 1. So this is the nth term or general term of the GP. So I hope this formula is clear to you. Okay. Now all of you write down the sum of n terms of GP. The formula directly we are going to write. Now suppose let AR square etc. forms a GP. Then the sum of n terms of the GP denoted by Sn or simply S is given by A into R raised to n minus 1 by R minus 1. What is A here? A is the first term of the GP. R common ratio. Common ratio how we will calculate? Second term divided by first term. It is the formula but not necessary that always you have to use that only. Any term, if you want to find out the ratio, you can do third term divided by second term also. Anything you can do. Okay. N means number of terms. So how many numbers are there? Okay. Now the same formula, if I will take a negative sign outside from here And from here also negative sign outside, then it can be written as a into 1 minus r raised to n by 1 minus r. So you can use any formula, either this one or this one. Usually how we are using this formula, it depends on the value of r. Here r minus 1 we wrote there. So obviously if r is greater than 1, then we are using this formula to avoid that negative sign, that much only. If you want to use this one or this one, answer will be same only. Okay, so I think what is nth term of GP and sum of n terms of GP, these two formulas are clear to you. Okay, now we'll solve the question based on these two formulas. Now check, the first question is written there. Find the 12th and nth term of the GP. 3 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 15, etc. Now first only we can write down what is the value of A here. First term, yes, 3 by 5. Common ratio, R is equal to, as I already told you how we will do it, second term divided by first term. So it will be equal to 1 by 5 divided by 3 by 5. When we will change the division into multiplication, then it will be equal to 1 by 5 into 5 by 3. So here 5 and 5 will get cancelled. We will get R is equal to 1 by 3. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the 12th term and nth term. So A12. A12 is equal to, according to the formula, don't write the formula of AP there. Okay, we are doing the questions related to GP. So according to the formula, it will be equal to A into R raised to 12 minus 1. Now just to substitute the value, A is equal to 3 by 5. Common ratio just now we have calculated 1 by 3 raised to 12 minus 1 will be equal to 11 there. Now here we can write them separately. 3 by 5 into 1 raised to 11 will be equal to 1 only by 3 raised to 11. Now here 1, 3 will get cancelled. So we'll get there 1 by 5 into 3 raised to 10. Now since this number is so big, you can leave your answer till here only. Okay, now here nth term also we have to calculate. So an is equal to, according to the formula, A into R raised to n minus 1. Substitute the value 3 by 5 into 1 by 3 raised to n minus 1. This much only enough there. Okay, I think this is clear. Okay, now we can check the next question. In second question it is written, find the 15th term of the GP whose 7th term is, what is given? 7th term is given. Whose 7th term is 3 by 64 and the common ratio is 1 by 2. R is equal to 1 by 2 is given and 7th term is also given. We have to calculate the 15th term of the GP. We know according to the formula it will be equal to A into R raised to 15 minus 1. Value of R is given, but value of A we don't know. So to calculate the value of A, this information is given. A7 is equal to 3 by 64. So according to the formula, A7, 7th term will be equal to A into R raised to 7 minus 1 is equal to 3 by 64. Now just to substitute the value in place of A, what we have? Yes, A we have to calculate. So A written as it is. In place of R we have 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 raised to 7 minus 1, 6 is equal to 3 by 64. So here it will be equal to A into 1 raised to 6, 1 by 2 raised to 6. 2 raised to 6 how much? Yes, 2 raised to 6 is equal to 64. So it is equal to 3 by 64. Now if I will shift 64 here to right hand side, 64 and 64 will get cancelled. So here we can write down the answer directly. A is equal to 3. Now what we have to calculate? 15th term. So just to write down there, A15 is equal to A into R raised to 14. Now just to substitute the value, A is equal to 3. In place of R we have 1 by 2 raised to 14. So you can write down in this way 3. 1 raised to 14, 1 only. So 3 into 1, 3 by 2 raised to 14. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can check the next question. Now here it is written, the fifth term, 8th term and 11th term of a GP are P, Q and R. And since already R is written in the question, so the common ratio of GP we can take it as capital R, because already a small r they used in the question there. So you just write down there, let the common ratio be capital R. Now here it is written, fifth term is equal to P, means A5 is equal to P. According to the formula, what will be A5? Yes, A5 will be equal to A into R raised to 4 is equal to P. Then what is written? Eighth term is equal to Q. A8 is equal to Q. So according to the formula, A8 will be equal to A into R raised to 7 is equal to Q. Then 11th term is R. A11 is equal to R. So according to the formula, it will be equal to A into R raised to 10 is equal to R. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove Q square is equal to PS. So first we can write down left hand side. In the left hand side we have Q square. Q square means what we have to do? Yes, we have to do the square of this one. So it will be equal to A into R raised to 7 the whole square, which will be equal to A square into R raised to 14. Now we can check what will be our right hand side. In the right hand side we have P into S. P into R, not S there, P into R there. Okay. So now P, what we have P here? A into R raised to 4, and R is equal to, we have A into R raised to 10. Clear? A into R raised to 4, A into R raised to 10. Now A into A will be equal to A square. R raised to 4 into R raised to 10 will be equal to R raised to 14. So left hand side equal to right hand side, that much only we have to prove. So I think this question clear. Okay. Now we can do the next question. The concept of GP is simple only. You just have to learn two formulas. Okay. Now fourth question is written there. In a GP, the third term is 24. So just write down there. A3 is equal to 24 and sixth term is 92. A6 is equal, not 92, 192. We have to find the 10th term. A10 we have to calculate there. Now use the information. A3 is equal to 24. According to the formula, what will be A3? Yes, AR square is equal to 24. Make it equation number 1. A6 is equal to 192. So according to the formula, it will be equal to A into R raised to 5 is equal to 192. Now normally in AP what we are doing? We are doing the subtraction there. Now here what we will do? To get the value we will divide it. Okay, so just write down there equation 2 divided by equation 1. So now we are going to divide it. A into R raised to 5 divided by AR square is equal to 192 divided by 24. Now here when we will divide, A and A will get cancelled. What will be R raised to 5 divided by R square? Yes, it will be equal to R raised to 5 minus 2. R cube. Here now we can cancel it. Just to check, I think both are divisible by 6. So can we cancel it by 6? 6 4s are 24. Here it will be equal to 6 3s are 18. 6 3s are 18. So 1 will remain there. Then 6 2s are 12. So one more time we can cancel it. So we'll get there R cube is equal to 8. Then what will be the value of R? R will be equal to cube root of 8. And what is cube root of 8? Yes, 2. So we got R is equal to 2. Now you can substitute the value of R either in equation 1 or 2 to get the value of A. So equation 1 is easy. A into r square. R square means 2 square. So that will be equal to 4 is equal to 24. So we'll get there A is equal to 6. Now what we have to calculate? 10th term. So just write down there A10 is equal to A into r raised to 9. Now just substitute the value. A is equal to 6. R how much we got? 2. So it will be equal to 2 raised to 9. Now remaining calculation you can do by yourself. Okay. Now we can check the next question. Question number 5 it is written. Which term of the following sequence 2, 2 root 2, comma 4 etc. is 128? Which term of the sequence is 128? Okay. Which term of the sequence means here 128 is which term? So what we have to calculate here? Yes, we have to calculate the value of n there. So we'll just suppose there let nth term an is equal to 128. Now before that we can check what is a here. A is equal to 2 and what is the common ratio r? How we will calculate? Second term divided by first term. So it will be equal to 2 root 2 divided by 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. We will get r is equal to root 2. Now what we have taken? an is equal to 128. So according to the formula it will be equal to a into r raised to n minus 1 is equal to 128. Now just to substitute the value. A is equal to 2 into r. In place of r we have root 2 raised to n minus 1 is equal to 128. Now can we shift this 2 to right hand side to make our calculation easy? That much only. So we'll get there root 2 raised to n minus 1 is equal to 128 divided by 2. So that will be equal to 64. Now here just to check. Root 2 means 2 raised to something. 2 raised to which number? Yes, root 2 usually when we will write in power, we will write down it is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 2. Okay, if it is cube root, we will write down there raised to 1 by 3. So 2 raised to 1 by 2 whole raised to n minus 1 is equal to. Now here since in the left hand side it is written 2 raised to something, the right hand side also will express as 2 raised to something. So 64 I think can be written as 2 raised to 6. Now here x raised to m whole raised to n will be equal to x raised to m into n. So we'll get there 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 is equal to 2 raised to 6. Now if the base numbers are equal, then their exponents also will be equal. So just equate it. N minus 1 by 2 is equal to 6. Then we will get n minus 1 is equal to 12 and from here n is equal to 13. So 13th term of the sequence is 128. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can check our next question. Next question is written. Find the sum of 0.15 comma 0.015 comma 0.0015 etc. up to 20 terms. So we have to calculate the sum of 20 terms of the GP there. So I think when we'll do in decimal, sometimes mistake will come. So better what we can do, first we can convert them into fraction there. So how we will convert it into fraction? If nothing is there, we can write down here by 1 there. Okay. Now here, after the decimal, how many digits are there? 2 digits. So to remove the decimal, we'll multiply both numerator and denominator by 100. So it will be equal to 15 by 100. Next one, it will be equal to 15 by 1, 2, 3. So it will be equal to 1000. In this way also you can do. Okay. Now here 15 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So after 1, 4 zeros you can add there. So in this way up to 20 terms we have to calculate there. So now we can write down A is equal to 15 by 100. R, common ratio, how we will calculate? Second term divided by first term. So 15 by 1000 divided by 15 by 100. So when we will change the division into multiplication, we have to take the reciprocal. So it will be equal to 100 by 15. 15 and 15 will get cancelled. Two zeros also will get cancelled. We'll get the common ratio is equal to 1 by 10. Now we can use the formula S20. Sum of 20 terms we have to calculate. So according to the formula, it is A into R raised to N. So it will be equal to R raised to 20 minus 1. Value of R is smaller than 1. So can we use 1 minus R raised to N? So it will be equal to 1 minus R raised to 20 by 1 minus R. Just to avoid the negative sign. Okay. What is the value of A here? A is equal to 15 by 100. So 15 by 100 into 1 minus 1 by 10 raised to 20 divided by 1 minus 1 by 10. So 1 minus 1 by 10, shall I subtract it? So it will be equal to 9 by 10. Now 15 by 100 into 1 minus 1 raised to 20 will be equal to 1 only by 10 raised to 20 by 10 raised to 20. Now if you want to change the division into multiplication, we have to take the reciprocal. So it will be equal to 10 by 9. So again this 0 will get cancelled. We can cancel it by 15. 3 5s are 15. 3 3s are 9. Now here 5 1s are 5. 5 2s are 10. So remaining it will be equal to 1 by 6 into 1 minus 1 by 10 raised to 20. Sum of 20 terms. So I think how to use the formula is clear. Okay. Now we can check the next question. Question number 7. In question number 7 it is written, evaluate sigma k is equal to 1 to 11 2 plus 3 raised to k. Okay. Now what is the meaning of this one? Yes, we have to, sigma means summation or addition there. So we have to add this number, this expression from k to 11. Means k will take the values from 1 to 11. So if we will take k is equal to 1. So the expression will be equal to 2 plus 3 raised to 1. Then next, when I will take k is equal to 2. So it will be equal to 2 plus 3 raised to 2. Then k is equal to 3. Then it will be equal to 2 plus 3 raised to 3 plus etc. till where we have to take. K will take the value from 1 to 11. So last one it will be equal to 2 plus 3 raised to 11. So in this way our expression will come. In short form it is written in this way there. Now just to check there. How many times we are adding 2? Not 4 times there. How many times? Yes, starting with 1 to 11 there. So we added 2 11 times. So it will be equal to 2 into 11 plus. The remaining expressions are 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube plus etc. plus 3 raised to 11. So we have total 11 terms there. Okay, so 2 into 11 will be equal to 22 plus. You can just check this sequence of number. They forms a GP with what is the first term? 3. So directly going to use the formula. Okay, so according to the formula 3 into r raised to n minus 1. In place of r what we have? Yes, 3. So 3 raised to n. How many terms are there? 11 terms are there. Minus 1 by 3 minus 1. So we'll get there 22 plus 3 into 3 raised to 11 minus 1 by 2. Remaining expression, don't simplify it. Okay. Is it clear? Now we can check the 8th question. In 8th question it is written, how many terms of the GP? 3, 3 by 2, 3 by 4 etc. are needed to give the sum to give the sum is equal to 3069 by 512. So how many terms are needed there? So again we'll suppose that let the sum of n terms is equal to that much, 3069 by 512. So what is A here? A is equal to 3. Common ratio R. So second term 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 1. So change the division into multiplication. We'll get 3 by 2 into 1 by 3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. We'll get here 1 by 2. So common ratio if less than 1, then we can use the formula 1 minus R. A into 1 minus R raised to n by 1 minus R. So just to write down there, Sn is equal to 3069 by 512 is given. According to the formula of Sn, it will be equal to A into 1 minus R raised to n by 1 minus R is equal to 3069 by 512. Now we'll substitute the value. A is equal to 3. So 3 into 1 minus R. In place of R we have 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 raised to n by 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 3069 by 512. Now we can simplify it. Then we'll get there 3 into 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to n by 2 minus 1, 1. So it will be equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 3069 by 512. Now when we will change the division into multiplication, where that 2 will go? Yes, it will go to numerator there into 2 by 1. So shall I multiply directly? So we'll get there 6 into 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to n is equal to 3069 by 512. Now we can shift 6 to right hand side. Then we'll get there 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to n is equal to 3069 by 512 into 6. 6 will go to denominator. Now just to check whether we can cancel it by, yes, we can cancel it by 3. 3 2s are 6. Here 3 1s are 3. 0. 3 2s are 6. 3 3s are 9. Correct? Okay. Now here it will be equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 raised to n is equal to 1023 by 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10, 1024. Now this expression we can shift here, and 1000 this we are shifting to left hand side. So we'll get there 1 minus 1023 by 1024 is equal to 1 by 2 raised to n. Do the cross multiplication, then 1024 minus 1023, 1 by 1024 is 2 raised to 10 by 1 by equal to 1 by 2 raised to n. Now just to check, numerators are same. In denominator also base expression is 2. So their power also should be equal there. So from here we will get n is equal to 10. Is it clear? Okay. Now we'll check the next question. Now next question, it is written sum of first 3 terms of a GP is 13 by 12. Now normally in AP we studied there, whenever we have to take 3 terms of the AP, we are taking it as A minus D, A plus D. This we are taking just to, when we will add the number, D and D will get cancelled, directly we will get the value of A from there. Okay, this makes the calculation easy. So in the same way, sum of first 3 terms of a GP is 13 by 12 and their product is minus 1 is written there. And so we will take the term of the GP as, let the terms be A by R, because we have addition and division, multiplication and division. That's why A minus D I wrote it as A by R. Next one it will be equal to A, and then it will be equal to AR. and common ratio is equal to r only there. So we have taken these are the three terms of the GP. Now what is written there? Their product is equal to -1. So multiply them. A by r into AR is equal to, we are getting here -1. So r and r will get cancelled, will get there. A cube is equal to -1. So A will come is equal to cube root of -1. What is cube root of -1? -1. So we got the value of A from there only. That's why we took the term in this way. And then next information given, their sum is equal to 13 by 12. It means A by R plus A plus AR is equal to 13 by 12. Now to remove this fraction, if you want, you can multiply it by R there. Okay, then what will come? Here it will be equal to A plus AR square is equal to 13R by 12. We multiplied the whole equation by R there. So here fractions avoided there. Now we know the value of A. A is equal to -1. So just to substitute here, -1 minus R square is equal to 13R by 12. Now we can shift 12 to left hand side. Then we will get here -12 minus 12R minus 12R square is equal to 13R. Now you can check it is a quadratic equation. So we can shift all the expression to one side there. So shifting to right hand side, then we'll get there 12R square, 13R plus 12R. So that will be equal to plus 25R plus 12 is equal to 0. Now just to check, we have to find two numbers. Sum should be equal to 25 and product should be equal to 144. So I think 16 and 9. Okay, so we can write down here 12R square plus 16R plus 9R plus 12 is equal to 0. Common factor in these two terms, 4R common. Inside the bracket what will come? 3R plus 4. From these two, plus 3 is common. So inside the bracket we will get 3R plus 4 equal to 0. So we have 3R plus 4 a common factor. Take it outside there. Then we will get 3R plus 4 into 4R plus 3 is equal to 0. So either R will be equal to minus 4 by 3 or R will be equal to minus 3 by 4. Now here it is written, find the common ratio and the terms. So how we have taken the terms? A by R, A and AR. So first we are substituting minus 4 by 3. So it will be equal to minus 1 divided by minus 4 by 3 comma A. A is equal to minus 1, then AR. So minus 1 into minus 4 by 3. So this will go to numerator. So we'll get there 3 by 4 minus 1 and here it will be equal to 4 by 3. If you will write R is equal to this, you will just get the opposite of this expression. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can check the next question. Now in this question it is written, sum of first three terms of a GP is 16 and sum of next three terms is 128. In this one, common ratio or their product is not given. So we can write the terms simply. Sum of first three terms. So A, second term will be equal to AR, third term will be equal to AR square is equal to 16. And sum of next three terms. So next three terms it will be equal to AR raised to 3 plus AR raised to 4 plus AR raised to 5 is equal to 128. Question is, find the first term, the common ratio and sum of n terms there. So now just to check anything common here. Yes, A is common. Take it outside. Inside the bracket what will remain? 1 plus R square is equal to 16. Make it equation number 1. Now here what is the common factor? A R cube common there in all. Inside the bracket what will remain? 1 plus r plus r square is equal to 128. Equation 2. Again what we will do? Yes, equation 2 divided by equation 1. So it will come in this way. AR cube into 1 plus r square divided by A into 1 plus r square is equal to 128 by 16. Now here this expression full will get cancelled. A and A also will get cancelled. Here we can cancel it. I think 16 8s is 128. Correct? 16 8s are 128. So we are getting here r cube is equal to 8. So can you tell me what will be the value of r? Yes, r is equal to 2. So we got the value of r. Now we can substitute here to get the value of a. So we'll get there a into 1 plus r. In place of r we have 2 plus r square. 2 square 4 is equal to 16. So 4 plus 2 6. 6 plus 1 7. So we'll get there a is equal to 16 by 7. And now we have to calculate the sum of n terms of the GP. Our r is equal to 2 only. Now we can use the formula. Sn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1 by r minus 1. In place of a we have 16 by 7. R raised to n. So it will be equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So that will be equal to 1. Don't have to write there. This formula, this question is clear. Okay. Now we can check the next question. In the next question it is written, find the sum of n terms of the sequence 8, 88, 888, 8888, etc. up to n terms there. So to do this type of question, a particular method is there. So now we'll check the method there. At present, when you will divide there, we know they do not form a GP because 88 by 8 will be equal to 11. But 888 by 88 will not give you 11 there. So they are not in GP there. So what we have to do, we have to calculate their sum. 8 plus 88 plus 888 plus 8888 etc. up to n terms we have to calculate there. Now first what we will do, we'll take 8 common from all the expression. Then it will be equal to 1 plus 11 plus 111 plus 1111 etc. up to n terms there. Now here the method is, we are multiplying both numerator and denominator by 9. Why we are multiplying it by 9? Because here first term will come 9. 9 can be written as 10 minus 1. Here it will be equal to 99 which can be written as 100 minus 1. So for that only. So multiplying and dividing it by 9. So inside the bracket it will be equal to 9 plus 99 plus 999 plus 9999 etc. up to n terms. 8 by 9 as it is. Now 9 can be written as 10 minus 1. 99 can be written as 100 minus 1 means 10 square minus 1. 999 can be written as 10 cube minus 1 etc. up to n terms there. Now we'll write them separately there. 8 by 9 into, just write them separately, the power of 10. First we have 10 plus 10 square plus 10 cube etc. up to n terms there. Now here minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 added how many times? N times. So it will be equal to minus n. Now you just check that expression. 10, 10 square, 10 cube, they form a GP there. What is the first term of that GP? 10. Common ratio is 10. So we can use the formula 10 into 10 raised to n minus 1 by 10 minus 1 is 9 minus n. This much only you have to write. So I think this question is clear. To do this question, a particular method is there. That's why I explained this question. Okay. Normally these type of question are asked in competitive exams also. Now next question is, for what value of x minus x minus 2 by 7 comma x comma minus 7 by 2 are in GP. Now it is given these term numbers are in GP. We know if they are in GP means second term by first term should be equal to third term by second term. So we can, how we will rewrite down there, second term divided by first term should be equal to third term divided by second term. So when we will change the division into multiplication, it will be equal to x into 7 by minus 2 is equal to minus 7 by 2 into 1 by x there. Correct? So here minus and minus will get cancelled. This expression we can shift to right hand side, then we'll together x into x square. Here 7 by 2 and 7 by 2 will get cancelled. We'll get there x square is equal to 1. So which is equal to x is equal to plus or minus 1. So now here to do this question you can use the formula also. As we wrote in AP there that arithmetic mean is equal to arithmetic mean of two number is a plus b by 2. In the same way, if the numbers a, b, c are in GP there, then we know if they are in GP, second term divided by first term should be equal to third term divided by second term. So from here we will get b square is equal to AC or b is equal to square root of AC. So b is called the geometric mean of A and C. So geometric mean of any two numbers will be equal to square root of product of the numbers. So this formula also you can write down there. Okay, geometric mean is equal to b is equal to square root of AC. So I think today's concepts are clear to you. All of you note down your homework. Your homework will be equal to exercise 9.3. Exercise 9.3, question number 1, 2, 4, then question number 5, B and C. Then you can do the question number 8, 9, 14, 15, 16. So do these questions and in case of any doubt you can ask. Thank you.